Hi guys, Andrea Mills here. This video is my answer to question number 2, assignment number 2 for the Virtual Homeschool Co-op. And the question is, how do you, let me look here, I think it's just, maybe I should have prepared a little better before I started videoing. So how do you handle people discouraging your homeschool? I actually thought about this question for a little while, and I was thinking to myself that I don't actually remember anyone ever discouraging me. So I'm not sure how to answer this. I know there have been people who are kind of like, don't get it, but I haven't actually had anyone really be, you know, face-to-face discouraging or confrontational until I started YouTube. Now I get all sorts of people hassling me about it, but honestly I don't care. I just delete their comments, and if they're really asking me a question, I am more than happy to talk about it. But I feel like, I guess, that I'm very confident at what I'm doing. So if somebody else doesn't like it or doesn't get it, it's no skin off my back. They don't have to do what I'm doing. That's kind of how I feel about lots of things in life. So I've never really had the experience of someone approaching me. I've had many experiences of someone approaching me and asking me if I homeschool, but never in a negative way. Usually they see us, I think especially because we wear matching clothes, we stand out, and so people will approach us and say, hey, do you homeschool? And then they usually say things like, oh, your family looks so nice or whatever, but I really do not get negative comments. And I think Tom and I were talking about this the other day in other areas about when you're confident in what you're doing, I feel like that confidence somewhat hinders other people from hassling you, because it's kind of like, you know, when you have chickens and one of them is kind of the weakling and the others peck on it. That's kind of how I feel like a lot of times negative people are, that when they sense that maybe you are unsure or you feel defensive about what you're doing, then they just latch right onto it and they go after you. But I feel totally 100% comfortable with homeschooling. I feel like we're doing the right thing, and if somebody else doesn't want to, I really don't care. That's fine. They just do whatever they want to do. I just feel like that sort of creates a barrier to negativity. I am well informed on all of the perceived negatives about homeschooling, and I have an answer to all of them. I always, when I hear something or I read something, I think about it, and I think, if I were ever asked this, how would I respond? And that gives me, I think, a feeling of confidence. And at the same time, I am more than happy if someone truly genuinely asks me a question. I am happy to try to share with them and to educate this person, because if they don't know, their negative attitude might just be because they don't understand it, not because they're not actually attacking. And so I love engaging in those situations, because you're, you know, expanding someone else's horizon and maybe opening their options up. Maybe this is something they never thought about doing, and once they understand it a little bit better, maybe it's something that they want to do. So I guess in that sense, not all questions that seem negative actually are negative. And yes, I just take it as an opportunity to educate the other person, if they seem like a person who actually wants that. If they don't, especially as I said here on YouTube, where I just get people who are attacking, they clearly don't want to have a reasonable dialogue about it. In that case, I just, you know, virtually walk away. I just delete it and move on, because I really don't care. So there's my answer to how I deal with negative comments about our homeschooling. I will talk to you guys again very soon with my answer to assignment number 3.